I'm Abiola Jackson. This is the Entertainment News and Celebrity Gossip TV for Thursday, June the 5th. In Entertainment News, according to the Neighborhood Talk, the judge denies DDG's temporary restraining order against Halle Bailey. That's right, you heard correctly. He got denied DDG. So it does basically go on to say here that the judge was actually looking into all of this. He looked and saw everything here and took into consideration what DDG said earlier and mentioned beforehand. Beforehand, he mentioned that Halle Bailey is not mentally healthy enough to take care of the 1-year-old child. Also alleges that Halle tried to have an abortion behind his back, but she didn't go through with it. So DDG's mom says Halle Bailey placed multiple air tags in DDG's vehicles, claiming Halle allegedly popped up on DDG while he was at the movies with a female friend, trying to fight the woman. This is what the judge was looking into. He's seen all this, heard all this. And not only that, but the judge also looked into the sensitive sensitive text context, the sensitive text interaction context between Halle and DDG. He looked into all that, which was huge. These are the threatening text messages where she confronts him about cheating. So he looked into all this. That's the LA Supreme Court. The judge looked into all that. So it goes on to say here, this is proof. You leave me hanging as a mother. You won't step up when I need you to. I'm begging you. I just found out you're sleeping with Lala in Mexico. So Lala basically is the woman DDG has done some collaborations with, and it's on social media platforms. So she goes on to say, I'm going to bleep or delete myself tonight. My son will not be around for it. I hate you forever. You can have him and let her Lala be his mom. So it got that deep. And then DDG's like, I can't believe you're acting like this. And she responds, you're putting your you know what's inside of her in Mexico. I don't want to say the word, but you're putting your you know what inside of her in Mexico. So it continues here. This is courtesy of complex.com. The conversation continues on complex.com, where it basically goes on to say, you guys will see here, you don't even see what's in front of you. How could you? How could you go to Mexico and be with someone else? How could you openly talk shit about me to all your family and all the women you want to sleep with? You want to ruin me and you succeed. I hope you're happy. I didn't make it. I tried. I can't do this anymore. You can make up whatever story you want to tell people and how it used to be. You can make up whenever. And you can do all that when I'm gone. Tell everybody that I'm crazy. I can't wait. I can't wait for you. I can't wait for you to realize how badly you effed up, how you ruined me. So the judge is looking at all this. He took all this into consideration. And any chance I had of having a good life and pulling myself back together, and you continue to ignore us, me and your son, all alone. You don't care about us anymore. You never did. So then DDG, he responds, you want to delete yourself because I tweeted Sexy Red is a good rapper? It doesn't make any sense. So basically, this is the tweet that he's talking about. So he said Sexy Red is a top 5 female rapper of all time. And then Halle reacted a certain way. She felt a certain way about that. And then DDG claims Halle threatened self-harm and suicide. So the judge sees all this. All this is the judge is seeing. He's seeing all this stuff. Judge sees all this. So it goes on to say here, please take Halo. And then DDG's like, I'm scared of you. I'm scared of you, man. I feel like you're going to delete me in my sleep one day. That's what he says. I'm not allowing you in my house around guns. Please just go home. I'll pick you up from there. And then Haley's like, me and Halo are in the cold and you won't let us in the house. Are you serious? And then DDG claims Haley took his gun and threatened to end her life. So this is what the judge was looking at. He looked at all that stuff he looked at. And he basically came to the conclusion of denying DDG temporary restraining order against Halle Bailey. That's basically what it was. My thoughts on this are I gotta blame DDG for this. I gotta blame him for this. And before I get to that, this is a good way to end this. This is an excellent way to end this. I forgot to mention this to you guys. And this is a good example here. I should have mentioned this. What this lady says here sums up everything here. And check this out. This is courtesy of legally cohort. So legally cohort, she basically says here, and she's correct. I have to agree with her here. Legally cohort. She basically says here, those text messages were filed to tarnish her image. That's Haley's image, and start another social media frenzy right before she begins filming her movie in Mexico, as she provided many examples in her filing last month. All the evidence was old and doesn't meet the requirements of a temporary protective order. I believe he and his attorney knew it would be denied, but chose to release these things right before her trip to harass her. Typical move by a non-custodial parent. So I agree with that. I agree with what she said there. That's a perfect way to end, to sum up the whole situation here, with DDG being denied a temporary restraining order on Halle Bailey. And even the judge saw through that. The judge saw through all that stuff. He saw through all that, and he favored Halle. He favored Halle Bailey. So again, my thoughts are, I gotta blame DDG for this. He got with her. He didn't vet her properly before and getting into a serious relationship with Halle. He should have vetted her properly to see if there's any red flags along the way. He did not do that. He just blindly went in without vetting her at all, vetting her thoroughly to see if they were compatible. Obviously, if they're not compatible, look, as you can see, when you don't vet her, when you don't vet the woman, this is what's going to happen. It's a whole hot mess. It's so bad to the point that who knows if he's ever going to hold and touch Halo, his son. That's how bad it's gotten. So when you don't vet, when you don't go through the vetting process to vet a woman before you get serious with her, these are the kind of things that are going to happen. These are the kind of consequences that it gets to these kind of consequences. These are the consequences you got to deal with. Can't see your son. Can't see your son. Can't hold your son. I mean, that's obviously it's a psychological effect. It mentally and psychologically got to mess you up. It has to. I mean, DDG can deny and say, "I'm not affected by it. I'm not affected by it. I'm unbothered by it." After this latest hiccup here, with the judge not favoring DDG, it's got to bother him now. As a parent, you got to bother him. So this is what happens when you don't vet. When you don't vet the woman before getting into a serious relationship with her. This is what happens. Look, all this stuff happens. I mean, that's why I see he got himself to blame. DDG got himself to blame. That's it. That's all. That's my thoughts on that. See, if he had vetted the woman properly, he never And then if he saw the red flags early, after vetting her for a certain time, and if he saw the red flags early, then he realized that Halle was not the right person for him to begin with. But he decided to get with her, didn't vet her properly, didn't go through the vetting process to vet her properly, and look. I mean, that's all I gotta say about that. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. That's it. Now you're stuck with now you're stuck. Look, you're stuck. Now you're in the hole. You're in a tough situation. Judge saw all that, saw his evidence, saw Haley's evidence. Judge didn't buy it. Judge didn't buy anything that DDG said. He didn't buy into it. So that's all I got to say about that. I have nothing else to say. That's my thoughts on this. Hit the like and subscribe button. More entertainment news, celebrity gossip TV. That's all I got to say. Nothing else to say about this. I mean, that's it. Pretty unfortunate situation for DDG, but and you know, that's on him. That's his fault. That's all I got to say. It's his fault. And I said why it's his fault, and that's it. I have nothing else to say about this. If we get any more information on this, we will definitely update you and let you know any new information on the DDG Halle situation. Until next time, peace and out.